Your volume is low.
Okay.
The streaming.
All right.
Well, it's not connected. Well, in any 30 seconds.
Okay.
The streaming.
All right. It says it's.
Well, it's not connected. It's connected.
All right.
Listen to me.
Okay. Hello, Billion Coin community and the world. I'm Nathan Victor, and I'm here with Dan Lutz. He's one of the founding members of the Billion Coin community. And this is where I've gotten much of my education watching Dan's videos about the Billion Coin. For those who haven't heard my testimony yet, I'll talk to the new people. I was blessed into the community when I had hit a really hard time in my life, and my dad had passed away, and just a lot of bad things happened all at once. And I literally prayed for something to come into my life. And a very good friend of mine gave me a Billion Coin. And at the time, it wasn't worth what it is today. But oh my goodness, when I saw that, I was like, wow, somebody actually cares enough about me to give me something. And so I dove right into it and started doing a lot of research on it. And of course, I ran into a lot of Dan's videos. And the more I learned, the more excited I got. Every day I would look at my wallet and it was growing day by day. And that got me so excited. So to make a long story short, the education has really done wonders. And I get a lot of people when I start sharing a coin or I hear other people, they come to me, they say, do I need to recruit? And I'll say the answer is absolutely not. You don't have to recruit. This coin, it literally, if you do your research, it sells itself. The coin sells itself. The idea behind it sells itself. We're the only cryptocurrency in the world that's literally backed by people. The value is in the people. We brought on a guest the other day, and Dan, we all agree, true value is stored up in people. When you look at other cryptos or even world currencies, they're not backed by really anything anymore. On my other shows, I point out how the US dollar is actually backed by debt, not just gold like it used to be or silver, but now it's literally backed by debt. And it's lost so much of its value. It's lost 97% of its value. And what we have steadily goes up in value. So anyways, what I want to do is I just want to do a little bit of screen sharing and just go over some ABCs, because one thing that Dan's big into, that I'm big into, my other friends that are really big into is education. And I'll tell you what, public education, it can earn you a living at best. Sometimes it gets you a little bit above that. But self-education and getting educated on what really excites you and makes you passionate, that can earn you a fortune. And I'll tell you what, even though I have a fortune in the Billion Coin, I got to say my real fortune is in the friends that I've made in the Billion Coin, my partners. I get to meet all kinds of new, exciting people. And I'll tell you what, to me, that's priceless. The treasures in the people in our community, in Admin, the creator of this. I haven't met Admin personally, but I love the way he or they think, and they care about people. And what the coin is about ending poverty. Now, we've been around for just 2 years, starting with just a small handful of people, and it's grown into a community of over 3 million people. And even since I've been in it, it's grown over 3 million. So I kind of came in right at the beginning. So the coin has been through a lot. But you know, every great thing is going to have trials. It's going to have resistance because it's a new idea that we have. This has never been done before. We are literally the pioneers of cryptocurrency in what we're doing, because what separates us from the rest of the cryptocurrencies is this is a private agreement. And basically the agreement is that we agree that the price goes up according to the membership, and it's based on an algorithm. So a lot of people ask, well, why don't I see it on the coin market cap? Because it's not designed to be on the market cap, because the market decides what the price is, and it can be manipulated, like what you see with Bitcoin. You see Bitcoin go up and down and up and down. Sure, people have made great fortunes in Bitcoin, and people have also lost great fortunes. So you really got to know what you're doing. A lot of other coins have come and gone. I think there's probably been over 1,000 cryptos that's kind of come and gone, and maybe there's a good handful that's stayed in there. But since we're private, we don't have to deal with those issues of all these ups and downs. Rather, it goes up steadily. Now back to recruiting. One thing that I love about this is since you don't really have to recruit, what got me involved is it was given. And right now we have promotions where we can literally give away coin to get people started out. And that gets people excited. You know, it got me excited when I was giving coin, and it wasn't much more than what we're actually giving right now, actually. But that got me so excited, and that got me studying. And so, like I was saying, going back into recruiting, if you want to win people, you give it away. You help people with it. You help people understand what it is. I learned about Bitcoin, and learning about Bitcoin helped me understand the billion coin much better. How we started out, literally our code is just about the same. It's 99%, isn't it? Something like that, Dan? Like 99% of Bitcoin? Looks like Dan might be doing something in the background here. But anyways, yeah, he's probably busy doing something in the background. Bless his heart. So
it's basically the same code, just different parameters.
Wow. So our new wallet, how much more actions that is coming literally in just a few days? How many transactions can that do versus Bitcoin?
Hundreds of thousands an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know all the exact details, but it's a rough idea. When it's implemented, we start playing with it more, and we'll get more details.
Okay. Well, this is good news, and sometimes good things do come to those who wait and who stay in there and stick with something. And that's what we're here for. I mean, we haven't given up. As a matter of fact, it pays, and everything so far has come true. It may not have come true on the time we wanted it, but nevertheless, I'm seeing the technology in the back offices always being upgraded. New features are being added regular. Now we're having these live shows so people can get educated, so we can embrace what we have to offer and share it with so many others. So, Dan, what's the 25,000 Kringles? Is that going to change as far as when the new wallet comes out? As far as the gift?
Yes, it's basically they're lopping off 2 zeros off of the end of the wallet, so it's 6 digits instead of 8 digits, and so the Kringle is different. It's basically yeah, I guess it's 100th smaller, or how do you say that? It might be 1,000th smaller. So anyway, 25,000 is what we've been giving, but we're not going to be giving 25,000 Kringles. After this, it's going to revert to 250 cookies.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So, but it's going to be roughly the same amount, bottom line, roughly.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
It's the same. It's the same amount, just that, but except you're not getting coin directly. So you actually redeem them. If you don't redeem them, then there's no cookies lost. There's no orphaned coins sitting out there, because a lot of people that have received the gift and went back into their wallet, you know, if they lose their wallet, and especially if they don't migrate, those coins will then be lost to eternity. So, but in this case, where we're just now doing everything through cookie rewards, you get rewards for doing different events within our community, whether it's getting, you know, $100 worth of TBC from a trusted seller, or whether you're getting 100 referrals, you get a 10 TBC for that. And I don't know what the translation would be if they're trying to figure it out for the cookies, but we have a lot of cookies coming with the new wallet system. So we can look forward to, you know, seeing what that will value, and we'll have a lot of people now keeping track of their systems in their Gringo Cash, with being able to redeem their cookies to get their coins. They'll stay more engaged, so they won't they'll start to understand what's going on in the community better. So it overall educates people better to give out cookies instead of coins. So, and then we also don't end up again with orphaned coins out there, because if they're orphaned and they're lost, they're lost. I lost a hard drive with Bitcoin on it from early stage mining. You know, I started mining probably 2 years after, maybe 3 years after it started, something like that. And it was mining for, I would say, over a year, and that hard drive was taken and put away in safekeeping, but it was what it was being safe kept in got lost.
Oh, goodness sakes!
And I didn't even you know, think about, you know, where is that drive or anything until after Bitcoin had 1 million people or 1 million wallets out there.
Wow.
5 years ago, something like that. So, you know, I had so those coins in the Bitcoin world will never be found. Right? They're lost forever. So there's 21 million Bitcoins altogether. How many of them will actually be in a final Bitcoin economy when they're all mined out? How many will actually be lost forever? Never to be found.
Wow. Huh. That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. Yes. And yeah, so when you get your wallet, I would suggest anybody listening, if you have a wallet already, I strongly suggest you migrate. And the way to migrate is simply by paying $10. And I used to get heat, and I just brush it off now because of what I've had to pay for my Bitcoin transactions. It's been in the hundreds, even just this year, hundreds and hundreds of dollars just this year in Bitcoin sending back and forth, and businesses that Dan and I have been involved with. Some of those transactions, what were like $8 or $9, weren't they? Just to send back and forth and in coin payments.
Oh yeah, it was very high fees. I think I paid one fee when the Bitcoin was up in the over 17,000 a coin. It was $30.
Goodness sakes!
The miners they just decided all together that they're going to charge a lot, right, for mining. Right, for the fees, right? They just raised them. It used to be that the fees were so small, the miners were complaining, you know, that, well, we can't pay our electricity bills, right? We're selling our coin and we can't pay our bills. So they raised it from, I think the original fees were 0.00001, right? And then they raised that one up to 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And then towards the first quarter of last year, it went to like 0.1, 0.2 on the fourth digit up to 0.5. Well, they went to the third digit on the fees, and the price was so high on the coin, and so those miners, took in a lot of money. Now maybe they just thought they were justified and everything, but they removed so much. They raised it so high that most people were reverting to other coins, like Litecoin, like in the TBC community, that they started adding Litecoin as a payment type because people couldn't pay $10, and $30 fee or $20 fee, which $20 fee was quite common.
Right. Yeah, I almost had a heart attack when I was paying people's $10 fees for them because they just didn't have a Bitcoin account. So all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to the digits, and I was like, oh my gosh, did I just send $30? It's like, what the heck just happened here? Yeah. So again, this is another way the Billion Coin shines above Bitcoin. And I believe over all of them, really. And it's just a matter of, go ahead. Were you going to say something, Dan?
Yeah, I was just, I watched Randy's video, I believe, from yesterday. And Randy had someone that was, I think it was Stephen Caulfield was on. He was talking about, the people that were complaining about paying the fees, right? And then they were talking about, well, the people that want there to be a Fiat Exchange, and Randy was saying, well, are we ready for a bank? I mean, and they basically were saying that, how can we be ready for a banking fees for 1 month, having a bank account, are more than $10.
Absolutely.
People are complaining about paying $10 in this community for a lifetime wallet.
Right. You brought up an awesome point. Man, you read my mind sometimes, Dan. Yeah, I was absolutely up. And then not just a monthly banking fee. I mean, here you got your money stored up in this bank. They're using it, they're multiplying it, and then they're charging you on top of it. So they're literally lending your money out and they're multiplying it, and you get nothing really. At one time, I put a very large sum of money in the bank, and it was well over 100,000. I'll just put it that way. And when I got my quarterly statement, I'm thinking, oh man, it's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna get some, really nice interest and blah blah blah. I looked at it, it was like $55 for a freaking quarter. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, that made me mad. And then, of course I'm paying, if I go to the ATM machine, it's going to charge me $4, to pull my own money out. If it wasn't my bank, they're going to charge and charge and charge. So it's like, but this doesn't do that. It's a one-time fee. So, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer. And for people to say, well, I thought you guys were trying to help poverty. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, they're complaining, but who's going to pay for the servers? Are they going to pay for the servers? Are they going to pay for the programmers? What are they going to do other than complain?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. I mean, these people, the complainers, the whiners and complainers, man, it just shows that they're not, I don't think they're worthy to have this. Now, can you cash it? Now, I always get this. Can you cash it out? Absolutely. You know why? Because you're the exchange. And if you understand what the Billion Coin is, you can exchange it for all kinds of things. Dan's flown all over the world, with profits. I've paid rent for nice places with it, and or I've used it to, exchange for fiat cash. I've used it to hire services to clean my house and stuff. And so yes, you can. And we're educating people how to leverage exchanging and teaching others to exchange, and it's really powerful. We'll get more into that here in a very near future, but it's super amazing what we're doing. I've got a friend who's making 25 grand a week, because he understands the value of the coin. He understands how to exchange, and he teaches others to do the same thing. And I'll tell you what, some of the best teaching jobs in the world are not working in a classroom, teaching a bunch of stuff that's just crammed, just thrown at them that the government says to go and teach, but rather helping people get ahead in life are sometimes the biggest, best paying jobs there is in the world. And that's what we do. We're educating people to exit the poverty mindset and embrace abundance. So if you ever do watch I'm sure many here have, or if you haven't, and when you watch Dan's videos, that's what this is all about. It's about abundance minded. It's about multiplication. It's about growing. It's about learning a lot. It really pays to learn. I'm just going to share my screen real quick and just touch on a couple things here. Just go over some basics. And again, things are going to keep on evolving for the better. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's been going. And I believe it is going. And I believe this is the right time. The time is now, I believe. So here we go. We have our very own educational part. And look at this. It says pay raise ahead. So as we're saying, it pays to get educated. If you want to learn anything about the billion coin, its history, there's so many articles. Sometimes it's better just to maybe type in a question like, membership agreement, and that'll pop up and it will show you what the membership agreement is. I mean, plain and simple. So here you go. You've got articles and articles about migration. Now, migration, this is not the first time we've moved wallets. Again, this community is growing so big that we've literally had to migrate to bigger, better wallets. And now we're on to even quite possibly the best one yet. It is the best one yet. And so that's exciting, So when people start complaining like the wall's not working, then maybe you ought to think, well, if you really stop and think before you criticize, oh my gosh, this is really what it is a traffic jam, a huge traffic jam. Imagine all of a sudden thousands of people try to get on the highway all at one time. What's going to happen? It's going to freeze up. You ain't going to get nothing. You ain't going to get nowhere, So that's what we're doing, is broadening our highway system so that many more can freely transact back and forth. So this is a real exciting time to get plugged in, to understand. Here's another. We have another site affiliate. They're all tied together. Okay. And this site right here basically gives you the ability to give people a wallet and give people Kringles, which is the smaller units of the billion coin. That's what they're called. Just like the Satoshi is the smaller units of Bitcoin. Same thing. That's just our word for it. And they have Satoshi for theirs. Okay. So you have just so many good things. I mean, literally, it would pay you big time to get educated in the billion coin. Get with people you like. Get with people who are passionate about helping other people, about abundance. Get with leaders in this community or people who want to grow. I've had some of the funnest times talking, with other people in our community. I mean, it's almost like a party without the booze and the drugs. It's just like we have our own party. And sometimes I get high, like a natural high, sharing and talking with our partners and friends. And this has got a way of tracking too. Let me just show this. Like, downline, even though it's not technically MLM, this is just really keeping track of who we're giving coins to. And you know what? If they watch the value going up, these people are going to want more. So who are they going to come to when they want more? They're seeing the value grow, or they're hearing about the great technical breakthroughs that we're experiencing. They're going to come to you. So these back offices, all of this stuff is very valuable. And for $10, I mean, you got to be kidding me. I don't know anything else on this planet where you can get this much for $10. I just don't. And include, you know, your own wallet, your own back office, tracking, education, access to thousands of videos. Are people making money? Look on here. We've got testimony after testimony, thousands of testimonies of people who've made money, who've exchanged it for goods, services, cars, houses, land, you name it. So can you cash it out? Yes. It's an education process. I'd say just go ahead. Jump on in, get educated, come into agreement first. Agree that the price will go up according to the algorithm and the membership. And the membership is, the people is the value of the coin. So with saying all this, Dan's got his show coming up in a couple minutes. Dan, I just want to say thank you so much for hosting me and working with me. And Dan's been my partner, in the Billion Coin for quite a while now, and I've really enjoyed working with him. So if anything, did you have anything to say before you go ahead and start your show, Dan?
No. We've got looks like 2 minutes left, so
all right. So in saying that, I just want to say God bless everyone, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next shows.
Okay.
Have a good night and day.